Right now at 5, smart dispatching. La Crosse County using AI for non-emergency calls.
Plus, collection time, what anyone with student loans needs to know.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ken Kozlowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. Well, it's a game changer for county call centers.
La Crosse now using AI for non-emergencies. Our own Allison Ferget is in the newsroom tonight to explain. Good evening, Allison.
The new AI platform is designed to efficiently handle routine or non-urgent calls. The move allows dispatchers to focus on emergency situations. In an announcement, county officials said the AI platform underwent several months of training before today's launch. The AI system will transfer calls to live dispatchers if it determines a situation is an emergency, and callers can ask the AI to be transferred to a human dispatcher at any point. La Crosse County said the AI system will not replace any jobs, but the technology is expected to reduce staffing pressures and improve dispatcher efficiency. Last year, the county's communications center handled around 140,000 non-emergency calls. Reporting in the newsroom, Allison Ferget, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Allison. Well, downtown drivers have some detours to deal with. Sections of 6th Street are shut down between Cass and State for a complete summer-long reconstruction. The project will be completed in stages to minimize disruption. Crews will install new utility lines, enhanced lighting, and dedicated bike lanes during the work. The project is scheduled to wrap up by late August. And WIS 16 commuters will also face some slowdowns. Eastbound lanes from La Crosse Street to Gillette Street are reduced to just one lane for construction. These restrictions will remain in place until May 16th. Officials recommend using US 53 and I-90 as alternate routes during the project. A developing story out of Sauk County.
A woman found alive 62 years after disappearing. Audrey Backberg vanished at age 20 in 1962. Sheriffs say Backberg is now living out of the state but won't reveal where. In 1962, she left Reedsburg, just northwest of Madison, with another person, and they ended up in Indianapolis. Recently, her case was reopened, and using Ancestry.com account belonging to Backberg's sister, she was located. Backberg told detectives it was her own decision to vanish, but wouldn't go into specifics. Ho-Chunk Nation is raising awareness to violence against Indigenous women. The Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women 5K highlights the disproportionately high number of missing and murdered women. In 2016, nearly 6,000 cases of missing Native American women were reported, but the U.S. Department of Justice is only tracking 100 of those cases. Organizers hope events like this can address the high rates of violence.
We need everybody to be aware because we need everybody to help make sure that our people are safe. We have people that are being trafficked, people that are being held and being drugged and being used, and we can't do everything on our own.
This event featuring a proclamation from Mayor Shondell Washington Spivey. This is the 4th annual 5K run. Republican
Josh Schuman created a committee to run for governor in 2026, making him the first candidate from either party to get into the race. He is currently the county executive of Washington County. Schuman kicked off his run for governor by hosting a running event with students from UW La Crosse around Myrick Park. Democratic Governor Tony Evers has not said whether he will seek a third term. In Madison, a group of Republican lawmakers want retailers to keep accepting cash. They say that not everyone has a debit or credit card. Under the proposed bill, a retailer who violates the rule would face a $200 to $5,000 fine.
If you're longing for a nice stretch of mild, warm, and dry conditions, you're in luck because the next week and a half to potentially 2 weeks are pretty much going to be dry. We're kind of in a blocking pattern right now. Now, today's high temperatures were a little bit cooler than we saw for Sunday. In many areas we're in the 80s, but you can see it gets cooler as you go push east because that low getting close draw that east-northeast wind, so a little bit cooler air mass coming overhead, knocking those temperatures down. Now, that 51 at Sparta is not correct, nor the 48 too, but otherwise it was 70 degrees and 60. But yesterday we did have a few 80s, but for this evening, really, that wind's going to start dying off, but still very, very seasonable, mild conditions, going back down to just 60 degrees at 10 p.m. Very similar story for Eau Claire. Their temperature's a little bit warmer, 75, getting back down to about 61. That east-northeast wind will also begin to decrease too, become light and variable. Really, the low that kind of pushed that easterly flow into the area is just to the south and east there. Just clouds. All the precipitation stayed well to the east, but just enough to knock the temperatures down. That'll be gone tomorrow. We don't have much downstream to really speak of, so as we go throughout the temperatures tonight, pretty seasonable, mid-40s, low 40s, kind of where we should be, light winds, and it really doesn't change really too much. Near or above normal temperatures are expected at least through the middle of the month. And if you're looking at rain chances, we might have to wait till the second half of next week to even get something that's significant too.
All right, a lot of May sunshine there.
Yeah,
definitely.
good news to
A lot
me.
of May sunshine.
Thanks, Greg. Well, some change is coming to La Crosse's school board at tonight's meeting. Meredith Garcia, Jeff Jackson, and Molly Fuchs will be sworn in at this evening's ceremony. The board will also select a new president following Juan Jimenez's decision not to seek re-election. This leadership transition originally scheduled for last week, but was postponed due to that stormy weather.
Well, millions, including people here in Wisconsin, are now facing student loan collections.
That comes after that year-long pause. So, what happens if you don't pay? News 8 Now's Grace Monk is in the studio tonight with some answers. Grace.
Starting today, student loans in default will be referred for collections. Loans are defaulted when you fail to pay for at least 270 days. Referrals have been on pause since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. If you don't pay, the government can seize federal and state payments like tax returns or Social Security benefits. Borrowers in default will receive an email from the Department of Federal Student Aid over the next 2 weeks. Over 5 million borrowers are currently in default. If your loans are delinquent, which occurs when any payment is missed, you won't be penalized. The referrals only apply to loans in default. In the studio, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Grace. UWL students participated in a reverse career fair today. Unlike the traditional career fair, employers approach the students at their booths. Students stand beside posters showcasing their research, and employers provide feedback on their findings and discuss possible career paths. Organizers say the model encourages employers to look beyond a resume.
One of the things that they've told us is that it's not just the hard skills, how do you use equipment, but it's also how do you work together to solve problems. And that's a lot of what this semester does, is working as groups to try and solve particular problems and come up with a coherent story about what's going on.
The fair showcased biochemistry students' semester-long research projects.
Well, it's a classic pain in the neck. An appliance stops working after your warranty has expired. La Crosse area homeowners have a few repair options to turn to, but there's one business that customers say routinely ripping people off. Dozens of online reviews paint a picture of experiences with appliance doctors of La Crosse and Green Bay. Customers allegedly left with broken appliances and empty wallets. Coming up tonight at 6, what some customers have gone through and how to make sure you know who you're hiring. Still to come, how the Bureau of Prisons is working toward rebuilding and opening Alcatraz, and what President Trump plans on using the facility for.
Plus, the federal court case against Sean Diddy Combs is officially underway. The latest details up next.
Memorial Day savings are going on now at Ashley. Summer is heating up with our incredible selection of hot buys starting at just $2.99. Plus, pay over time with 0% interest for 72 months. Shop in store and online, only at Ashley.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you feel colder drafts here, you have gaps, worn seals, or even cracks here, you need a trusted window company to replace the window and help you save money on your energy bill. At Clear Choice, we know that your home is your biggest investment, and in a year like this, every dollar needs to be spent wisely. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-step installation process on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Call now for our Buy More, Save More special.
At Toma Health, we're delivering compassionate obstetric and newborn care for our community.
Services we have available here at Toma Health are care for women in pregnancy from 20 weeks and up. We take care of labor patients, moms and babies afterwards in that postpartum period, and we can also care for women that have had different gynecological procedures. Something that Toma Health can offer that makes this the right place for families to have their babies is that we can provide that one-on-one care. Toma Health, caring for our community.
Mother's Day is almost here, and it's time to visit Jolivet Family Farms. 8 greenhouses full of a wide variety of flowers, vegetable, and plants, all grown for this climate. Jolivet's features one of the area's largest selections of hanging baskets: succulents, clematis, citronella mosquito plants, horseradish, rhubarb, asparagus. Find unique lawn and garden decor. Take home a strawberry rhubarb pie, rhubarb crisp, or try the new peanut butter pie from our homemade bakery. All this and so much more. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Spring is here! The grass is getting green and the flowers are blooming. And along with that comes the rain. Hi, Andrew Larson here from Larson Home Services. When's the last time someone inspected your roof, giving you the peace of mind that your roof was good to go for another year? At Larson Home Services, we'll give you a free 16-point inspection letting you know the true condition of your roof. Remember, when you think roofing, think Larson, Wisconsin's best roofing experience.
Memorial Day savings are going on now at Ashley. Summer is heating up with our incredible selection of hot buys starting at just $2.99. Plus, pay over time with 0% interest for 72 months. Shop in store and online, only at Ashley.
President Donald Trump making 2 bold moves tied to immigration. One includes money, the other the infamous Alcatraz prison. CBS's Torian Small has the latest.
Everyone in the world is going to be watching.
At an event at the White House Monday, touting the 2027 NFL Draft coming to the National Mall, President Trump took aim at another form of entertainment: movies.
Our film industry has been decimated.
On Sunday, he called for a 100% tariff, so on films produced outside of the United States. American studios shoot many major movies outside the U.S. It's unclear how the tariffs would be applied. The president said he plans to meet with industry leaders to make sure they're happy with the plan.
I'm not looking to hurt the industry. I want to help the industry because we're all about jobs.
The Trump administration also announced Monday it's offering $1,000 stipends to migrants here in the U.S. illegally if they self-deport to their home countries. The Department of Homeland Security says the money would be paid after U.S. officials confirmed self-deportation through the CBP Home app.
You'll have some movement, right? Because I think people are finally getting the message: if you leave on your own, you can take advantage of legal programs, come back.
And a Department of Justice spokesperson said Monday the Bureau of Prisons is working towards rebuilding and opening Alcatraz, a day after President Trump said he wants it to house America's most ruthless and violent offenders. The famed island prison has been closed for about 60 years because it was too expensive to maintain. Torian Small, CBS News, the White House.
And just following up on what was mentioned from Torian there, the 2027 draft will take place in our nation's capital on the National Mall. It would be Washington's first time hosting a draft.
I'm pleased to reveal that the 2027 NFL Draft, that's a big thing, will be held right here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., on the National Mall.
Sure is a big thing because over 600,000 people attended the draft in Green Bay last month.
The process to pick a new pope is just 2 days away. Workers installed curtains on the balcony today where the new pontiff will appear. Cardinals with the average age of 70 will be allowed to vote. They'll need a 2/3 majority to elect a new pope.
I have great hope because I think that Pope Francis gave us an incredible legacy to follow, and I know that the Holy Spirit will be guiding the Cardinals.
The new pope will succeed Pope Francis, who died over a week ago.
In Manhattan, the federal racketeering and sex trafficking case against Sean Diddy Combs is underway. Day one was all about jury selection. Jurors asked questions such as whether they have been the victim of a crime. Diddy is accused of drugging his alleged victims and forcing them to engage in sexual acts.
You want that jury seeing Mr. Combs as relatable, as human, as being a father.
Opening statements could begin by next Monday. Today is World Hand Hygiene Day.
What a new study reveals about washing your hands when we come back.
And really nice conditions. We're going to see those temperatures go up and down a little bit, but still it's going to be mild to warm all through the week, the weekend, and potentially all the way through next week. We'll break it all down for you coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Hello, I'm Christy Halenka, Reading Program Chair at Viterbo University. Viterbo is proud to serve our area communities by providing programs that produce quality educators and leadership in our schools. Viterbo University is once again partnering with News 8 to recognize outstanding classroom teachers in the area. We look forward to working with generations of teachers and change agents for years to come. Do you know a top-notch teacher? Then go online to news8000.com or write to this address.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like half off this whiskey barrel planter, $12.49. New at Blaine's, save $2 on Miracle-Gro organic products, 20% off Longfield spring bulbs. Plus, check out our assortment of live plants in our outdoor garden centers, now open. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Now, well-qualified buyers can get 0.9% financing for 60 months on this Silverado. That's over $6,600 in average finance savings. Visit HometownChevy.com.
Your home, a place of comfort and safety, could be trying to tell you something. Interior cracks, sloping floors, hard to open doors and windows are all signals of foundation failure that you can't ignore. At American Waterworks, we use modern techniques and warranted solutions to restore your peace of mind in your home. After all, your home's foundation issues won't get better with time, but it will with our proven solutions. Choose confidence, choose reliability, choose American Waterworks.
Welcome to the most honest commercial you've ever seen. Not the cleanest, just the most honest. Today, we're fixing a home's foundation. I mean, that is like the most common thing to see in the world.
Pretty common, yeah.
Right.
So it's the soil that's eroding away, causing those cavities, those voids that the foundation then wants to settle into.
And then you guys with your superhero capes show up and fix everything.
Yes, sir.
Get a free and honest inspection with Innovative Basement Authority, a Groundworks company.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Get ready to say gross thanks to a new survey.
Gross. According to the National Foundation for Infectious Diseases, half of all Americans either forget or choose not to wash their hands at appropriate times. That includes after a trip to the grocery store, a restaurant, or a doctor's office. Health officials say it takes just 20 seconds with soap and water to get hands properly clean.
Yeah, gross indeed.
I know, you gotta like wash your hands even after this. We have scrolling because we have a bunch of hands touch these throughout the day, so gotta keep in mind all the time, wash them, wash them. Let's wash our hands away of this rain, right?
It's been a good start to the week, and Greg, things look pretty dry going forward.
Yeah, it definitely does. And with the planting season in May, you're really going to like this forecast for the next 2 weeks. Everything's going to get into the ground because absolutely dry conditions and not really much of a rain chance until we get to the second half of next week. And even that's kind of a little iffy too. So go through it. We're going to go a little bit up and down with temperatures, but for the most part, stay above average. Tomorrow, you'll see the temperatures come back up. They're going to go back down Wednesday and Thursday a little bit behind a dry cold front that'll be coming through. Still above average though. And then Friday, we're going to bump the temperatures up all weekend long. It looks dry and warm. 80s are definitely possible on every single day. Just depends on how things pan out. It looks a little bit warmer even for early next week before maybe we have a system come towards the tail end of next week. So it could be breezy and warm, and then maybe some showers and storms come towards Thursday and Friday of next week. But that's still a big if. It's still a long ways out there yet. So really the big problem is the jet stream is to the south or to the north. We got like we call it a blocking pattern in the atmosphere where not everything's going west to east. It's kind of getting mixed up. And this allows us to stay, depending on where you are on this block, you're going to be dry or you're going to be wet all the time. In our case, we're going to be dry. We're kind of under the dry portion of it. And over time, the jet really doesn't do it. It kind of takes a little bit of a dive towards Thursday. This bridge builds up. We're going to think we're going to warm up. But by the time we get to the weekend, a little bit piece dives south, and then it lifts back north. So every time it dives south a little bit, we cool down a little bit. It pushes back to the north. We warm up. And this is Sunday, and still We're not seeing anything downstream. And then finally by Tuesday, you start seeing the jet coming north to south, and there's a system out to the west that'll start developing. Now, how fast it gets here and whether it makes it here is a little bit up in the question mark too. So that gives you an idea. So if you're looking for the rest of May too, it still looks to be below average. At least the confidence is that we're not going to see above average. And for right now, that looks like it's going to verify, because we're going to need quite a bit of precipitation going in the second half of the month if we don't see anything to the 15th. Temperature-wise, as I said, back and forth a little bit, really. As we go through Tuesday, we're going to see the cooler temps right there. Then you see a little dip right there in the temps. That's because that cold front comes through, so they kind of cool off. But then as we go to Thursday and Friday, as that jet pushes north, it pulls that warm air north, and we're going to see that expand a little bit towards our area. So we're going to continue to be warm. Now, the warmest temperatures will be probably right to our west. We won't quite see that record-breaking temperature, but we will be fairly warm through the weekend and going into next week. And that's why I say Monday, Tuesday of next week, we could see temperatures mid-80s potentially, because the warmest of the air is probably going to be then pushed our way before this system comes on shore that could bring us some rainfall as we go in. But overall, we're not expected to see a lot. 80s potentially for tomorrow. Once again, a little bit warmer. Wednesday, a little bit cooler. We're still above average, but up to the north, you start seeing upper 60s. That cooler air starts to kind of push into the area. We'll see it really probably for Thursday as the temperatures get back to more seasonal conditions. So upper 60s, low 70s, still fairly nice. And then throughout there's your temperature. Friday, we're going to boom it right back up. And the extended outlook, dry, as you can see, all the way through next Tuesday, and a lot of 80s potentially, a little bit there. Mother's Day, I don't think you can ask for a better weekend for Mother's Day weekend right now, because it looks like absolutely fantastic conditions. Dry, mild to warm. So if you like this weather, you're going to love the next week and a half. So
that is a sight to see.
Yeah.
All of that.
Just
sunshine.
perfection.
It is perfection. Love it.
Well, it works just perfect after we had the wet April. I mean,
Yes.
the timing couldn't be better.
Thank you, Greg.
Yep.
Still to come, Lego masterpieces.
How these Lego builders were able to create life-size replicas of Formula One cars. When we come back.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Why has Carpets to Go won Best of La Crosse County for several years in a row? Large selection of in-stock inventory, knowledgeable team ready to offer design help and free estimates. Low prices, we buy in large quantities to save you money. Stop in this month for in-stock carpet starting at 99 cents a square foot, or in-stock laminate flooring starting at $2.99 a square foot. Thank you for those who voted for us. Haven't been in? We invite you to come in and see for yourself. For whatever you want on your floor, Carpets to Go in Onalaska.
Get an 11% rebate on everything when you shop at Menards. Sylvania's True-Wave LED light bulbs are designed to help you see and feel better. Get $10 instant savings with a qualifying purchase of $40 or more on Sylvania True-Wave light bulbs. Keep your gas-powered equipment running smooth with True Fuel. It's ethanol-free and ready to use with no mixing required, and extends the life of your equipment. Pick it up for just $17.49 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
White, sandy beaches. The perfect temperature. Ah.
Well, this isn't what I had in mind.
Stop dreaming and start packing. Fly anywhere with La Crosse Regional Airport.
Now this is more like it.
Your convenient hometown airport.
Hello again. For those of you who've asked, Danielle's doing a great job taking over as GM here at the board store. And me, I just spent 3 delightful days at the Laba Home Show visiting with so many past customers who expressed what a great home improvement experience they had with the board store. Improving homes, improving lives. It's what we do. When you're happy, we're happy. If you're planning a home improvement this year, call or visit the board store soon. More than you'd expect for less than you thought.
Well, Formula One fans got a slower but just as impressive show before the Miami Grand Prix.
Lifelike replica cars made entirely of Lego bricks took to the circuit ahead of Sunday's race. A team from the Czech Republic spent over 22,000 hours building the 10 cars, each using nearly 400,000 pieces. The 1,000-kilogram masterpieces reached speeds of 13 miles per hour, a bit slower than their real counterparts.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Wow, what of feet right there.
But if you showed it without the intro, just from a little, watching it on the TV, it would look like the actual thing.
It would.
They did a great
yeah,
job.
no, exactly. Very lifelike. All right,
stuff.
Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
It's customer appreciation time at Wesco, and we're saying thank you with exclusive savings on furniture and bedding, and your deal is just one spin away. Every spin wins, whether you're upgrading your bedroom or furnishing your dream living room. Now's the perfect time to save in style. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Stop in and spin before this deal rolls away. And don't forget to tell them Peyton sent you.
Spring is here, and April showers bring nasty, dirty, clogged, leaking, mosquito breeding gutters. Hi, Andrew Larson here with Larson Home Services and Gutter Shutter Gutters, Wisconsin's largest, most durable, clog-free gutter system. Get back to the things that you really enjoy. Hunting, fishing, golfing, boating, being with family and friends, or just playing with your dog. Go get it. Remember, when you think gutters, think Larson Home Services.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We built it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
At Vernon Memorial Healthcare, we believe in your birth, your way. From prenatal visits to postpartum care, we provide continuous support, respect your birth plan, and ensure a smooth transition from pregnancy to parenthood. With expert lactation consultants and a comforting home-like environment, we're here for you before, during, and after delivery. Vernon Memorial Healthcare, where your journey is in caring hands.
We would like to thank everyone who voted Dahl Automotive Best of La Crosse County. It means a lot to us to place first in auto service department, new car dealership, as well as voting Randy McDaniel for Best Auto Salesperson. Thank you.
It's time for spring cleaning, and Dahl Auto is here to help. Clean out that old car, and we'll give you an extra $1,000 over book value. Then choose from over 1,200 vehicles and lock in today's prices. Spring cleaning pays at Dahl Auto.
Well, not much to say in the 8-day forecast other than a little bit up and down with temperatures. Our average is around 70, to give you an idea. We're going to be probably above average for most of the period. If you're looking at any rain chance, you might have to look to the next Thursday or Friday till we get something.
You're right.
So,
no words for that.
not too much.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us tonight at 5.
We'll see you at 6.